August 1993, 7 hikers entered the mountains of Siberia. Only one came back. The others died in ways that made no sense. They were young, experienced, and physically fit. Yet within minutes, their expedition turned into a nightmare. Witnesses described people screaming, bleeding from their faces, running in panic, collapsing one after another, then dying. No avalanche, no visible attackers, no signs of violence, just terror and sudden death. This is the Khamar-Daban incident, often called Siberia's second Dyatlov Pass, because even today, nobody knows exactly what happened. The expedition took place in the Khamar-Daban mountain range, a remote and beautiful region in southern Siberia. Dense forests, steep ridges, harsh weather, and very little human presence. The hiking group consisted of 7 people. Most were teenagers or young adults. They were led by an experienced instructor. Content reference, Usate, Index 01. She was highly respected, known for her toughness and her extensive experience in the wilderness. This was not a group of amateurs. They had trained for difficult conditions. They carried proper equipment, and they had completed challenging hikes before. Nothing suggested tragedy. The group set out in August 1993. At first, everything appeared normal. They moved through the mountains, camped together, and continued their journey. Then came August 5th, the day everything changed. The weather deteriorated, rain arrived, strong winds swept through the area. The hikers decided to stop and make camp. At some point, one member of the group became exhausted. Nothing unusual. Mountain expeditions can be physically demanding. But then, something terrifying happened. According to the only survivor, one hiker suddenly collapsed, then began screaming. He bled from his ears and from his mouth. He behaved irrationally, as if he were in agony, as if he had lost control. Then another hiker collapsed, then another. Panic spread through the camp. People tore off their clothing. They ran. Some hid behind rocks. Others fled downhill. Some screamed, some convulsed. One by one, they died. The sole survivor was a young woman named Content, reference Oasite, Index 1. She watched her friends collapse around her, then she made a decision. She ran, alone, through the mountains, for days. She followed rivers, avoided returning to the camp, and eventually reached civilization. Her story shocked investigators, because what she described seemed impossible. Healthy people do not suddenly begin bleeding, screaming, and dying within minutes, especially an entire group. The mystery had begun. Search teams eventually reached the area. The bodies were recovered. The scene was disturbing. Several victims had little clothing. Some lay in unusual positions. Some appeared to have fled. The similarities to another famous mystery were immediately obvious. The content reference Oasite, Direction Index 2 answers. Again, a group of experienced hikers. Again, strange behavior. Again, people abandoning clothing. Again, sudden unexplained deaths. The comparisons were inevitable. Then came the autopsies. The official conclusion was surprising. Hypothermia. According to investigators, the hikers died from exposure. One may have suffered a heart attack. Others allegedly panicked, then succumbed to the cold. Many people found this explanation unsatisfying because it did not explain the bleeding, or the screaming, or the sudden collapse of multiple individuals. The questions multiplied. Then came another theory: altitude sickness. At high elevations, people can suffer cerebral edema or pulmonary edema. Fluid builds inside the body. Confusion develops. Breathing becomes difficult. Victims may behave irrationally. In severe cases, death can occur. This theory explains some details: disorientation, panic, abnormal behavior. But there are problems. The altitude was not exceptionally high. Thousands of hikers reach greater elevations safely, and altitude sickness rarely kills an entire group so suddenly. Then another possibility emerged: poisonous gases. Perhaps gases escaped from the earth. Perhaps volcanic activity released toxins. Again, no evidence. The region has no significant volcanic activity. Then came another theory: military testing. The Soviet Union had collapsed only 2 years earlier. The region still contained military infrastructure. Some speculated about chemical agents or secret experiments, but no evidence supports this. None. Then there was another possibility: a weather phenomenon. Extreme winds, sudden cold. Hypothermia can cause paradoxical undressing. Victims sometimes remove clothing because they feel unbearably hot. This could explain why some hikers remove their clothes. But it still does not explain the bleeding, nor the speed of the deaths. Then another disturbing detail emerged: the survivor's account itself. Trauma affects memory. Extreme fear can distort perceptions. Investigators considered whether certain details had been unintentionally exaggerated. Perhaps the bleeding appeared more severe than it truly was. Perhaps events unfolded more gradually. But even with these considerations, the case remains deeply unsettling, because 6 people died and only 1 survived. Then there is another question: why did Valentina survive? She was exposed to the same weather, the same conditions, the same dangers, yet she lived. Was it luck, timing, position, a different physiological response? Nobody knows. Her testimony remains the only direct account of what happened, and she never changed her story. The Khamar-Daban incident remained largely unknown outside Russia for years. Then the internet discovered it. The comparisons to Dyatlov Pass spread rapidly. Books, documentaries, podcasts, countless theories emerged. Because people are fascinated by mysteries involving remote mountains, groups behaving irrationally, and deaths without clear explanations. Perhaps because such stories feel deeply unsettling. Nature is supposed to make sense, yet sometimes it does not. The mountains keep secrets. The weather changes suddenly. Human bodies react unpredictably, and evidence disappears. More than 30 years have passed. The Khamar-Daban mountains remain. The campsites are gone. The weather still turns quickly, and the mystery still survives. Perhaps the official explanation is correct: a combination of exhaustion, severe weather, and hypothermia. Perhaps one medical emergency triggered panic. Perhaps the tragedy was entirely natural. Or perhaps something happened on that mountain that we still do not understand. Because the greatest mystery of Khamar-Daban is not that 6 hikers died. It is how they died. People screaming, bleeding, running in terror, and collapsing one after another. An experienced expedition, a remote Siberian mountain range, 6 unexplained deaths, 1 traumatized survivor, and 1 haunting question. What really happened on Khamar-Daban on that cold August day in 1993?